Hello and welcome everyone to today's video. Today I want to talk just about the best teams for me in Genshin Impact for meta wise and exploration wise. First, I don't have all of the characters, but I did play with all of them in the events. And mostly we will talk of course about DPS because it's a team and the team mostly depend on a DPS. I did play with Nilo a lot in a friend account. uh, Ternar and I don't have them because even when I lose the 50-50 I don't get them. Ararak Takito. I enjoyed it a little bit, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I want to put for him. Yoimiya too, and enjoy her gameplay. I did play a lot with her in a friend account. Chao, I didn't play in a friend account, but I did play him of course in the events, and I don't enjoy that play style much. Klee, meh. Tartaglia also, I enjoy him a lot, but his cooldown just trigger me. I don't like that cooldown. Now, let's start with the teams. I forgot to say this, but this is just for Sumeru. So, when Sumeru gets out, until now. So, the meta of course changed a lot of when Sumeru arrives. So, I will just speak about that. The rank 5 for me in the meta is Ayaka or Ayaka and Ganyu. I don't know, but I use this weird variation of the team. Yeah, it's very weird. But it did help me mostly against the winners because that thing sucks. That thing sucks really hard. So this team was the go-to for me. So this team looks weird. But the weirdest thing is I am using a prototype Amber Mona. Yeah, because there is no healer and our healer is Mona of course. And I don't know, but I do manage to stay alive with this team. I did the 2 abyss with it and it's of course very strong, especially if you have Ayaka ults. I don't think there is anything that will stay alive uh, in the base of this team. It really helped me a lot against that winners because it was very annoying. Even though if even with this team it was annoying, but it was the team that I finished the abyss with. And of course, I have the misplacer for Ayaka, so it's even more stronger than this. But this whole team is like for everything. The AoE damage for Ganyo, and also the generation of energy for Ayaka because Ganyo generates a lot and also does a lot of damage. Also gives a cryo damage bonus when her ult is active. Ayaka to benefit from that, from Kazuha also. Mona of course on the buff and the Hydra. She benefits a lot of that, and that team doesn't help me as much as before Sumeru. If I am gonna be honest, it didn't help me as much as before Sumeru, but it did help a lot. So in number 4, uh, it's not actually number 4. It's the same as number 3 or maybe even stronger, but it's just because this team was very strong before Sumeru. It was destroying everything for me, but when Sumeru arrives, a lot changes. So of course I still destroy a lot of abysses with this team, but in a lot of other abysses I didn't use this team because it wasn't the right team to do. But for me also, this team got a lot stronger with the arrival of Sumeru because I just got Yelan in her first last rerun, and that team become like way stronger than it was. So it's both side way, but I do think that the use of Hu Tao before Sumeru was even better. But as I said, uh, I could just put this team in the second place or the third place, I mean. But I do think that the surprise that the third place gave me will put it just there because I didn't expect much thing to be honest from the next team. Now let's talk about the third place. And the third place for me is this team, the Kitchen and the Yao Yao team, of course, with Facial and Kazuha. To be honest, this was the biggest surprise for me. Kitchen just transforming into one of the strongest characters for me. Of course, I have her Beltal really good, and of course, the weapon is the Miss Pleasure, so she's really good. And also, I lost the 50-50, so she's C3. But this team for me, to be honest, got way better. Teen is my first 5 star in the game, and the 5 star that I spent the most time with because I wasn't lucky at first in the game, and I didn't get much 5 star characters until I got Ganyu. She was the first limited character that I got, so it was very long until I got my first character. But I really enjoyed her gameplay, so I didn't mind much in that regard. But Kachin, the character that most players were saying before Sumeru that she is the worst character in the regular banner, now transforming to be one of the best or even the best character for me in the regular banner. It was a huge surprise, and I used this team to finish 2 abysses. It was very hard for me, but when I used this, even for the abyss before the last one, the 3.6, I guess, or the 3.7, I don't remember each one, but the one that was very hard for most people, and I used kitchen team to finish that, and it was the one with the 4 beasts and the last chamber, and I used this team to finish it. It was such a surprise to see kitchen doing that much work and helping me to uh, finish the abyss. This reason this team got a huge upgrade for me. And in the second place, of course, Raiden National or any other national. Put here however you like. But I especially like the Raiden one, of course, and the Kazuha one. I did really need Kazuha with the national and the dogs one. I don't remember. I think the last abyss when there was a lot of dogs and Raiden just kept push them away. So I used Kazuha. It was like the best thing to do there. But overall, the Nation is still, of course, from the beginning of the game, one of the best teams, and still one of the best teams. Uh, it's really just out of this world. It's so cracked. This team is so cracked. The only maybe problem is the Shangling energy, but overall, it's so cracked. Whenever I struggle in something, I try just using this team, and for the most part, it is just resolving in no time. Just you will kill everything. You don't need to worry about rotation or anything. Even if you don't have the chaining art, you are doing way too much damage. So there is a lot of damage from this team, as you can see. Uh, it's still a cracked team. I think everyone knows the national with all of its variation, even the free-to-play variation. And for me, it's still a free-to-play team, mostly because I have Shangling with the catch, Sacrificial Bennett, and I got this. Uh, I think even maybe you will benefit more from the Favonius because you will need energy with this team. But I just got this for the attack. But it's the same. And the only character that she's using a 5 star weapon is Raiden. But as I said, sometimes I use Kazuha. I have his weapon by luck, but that doesn't matter for Kazuha because mostly you will need just the buff from the elemental mystery. But this team never gets old. So I think it's still one of the best team or even the second best team as I say. And now let's talk about the best team. I think it's not just for me but for most people. Uh, it's the Hyperbloom. This thing is so overpowered, it's even a joke, man. You don't even need a creative values to be this good. You just need a lot of elemental mystery, of course, and the one that which will trigger the hyper bloom, and of course, put Nahida. course Nahida make this team way stronger. So if you don't have her, it won't be as good. But if you have Al Haytham, I will talk about that. Uh, it's still good, but Nahida just make it even better. And of course, I have double Hydra, but Cookie sadly doesn't benefit much from double Hydra because she isn't fast enough to keep up with Yelan and Xingqiu. But if by any chance you can just put Raiden here and don't die, of course, Raiden with the Elemental Mystery, that thing is so cracked. You do a lot of damage, but of course you don't have a healer. You only have Xingqiu and that small healing. But this team is cracked in all of its ways. If you put let's say Al Haytham here and put Nahida as a support, but mostly they have Nahida to be honest, because I don't think this team reach its potential without Nahida. But as I said, Al Haytham also can be really great with it. And of course, you can put Nahida here. Just put Kazuha for the exploration. You can put Nahida here. You can, of course, have Kamisato Ayato and also put Nahida here and Shinobi, and you will put another character in. You have a correct team. This team is like way too much overpowered. It's really cracked the game. Even the Raiden National, I don't think. I think it's surpassed for me the Raiden National, or at the very least with the abysses that we got in Sumeru, because I used the Hyperbloom. I think in all of the abysses, or maybe not in one. I don't remember, but I do think I used this team in like 90% of the abysses in Sumeru. So yeah, I can't say no for this team and how really good it is. And now moving from the meta to the exploration. And this was used to be my best team to explore, but in Sumeru I get a lot of changes. And the first one, of course, is Yelan. And now I don't think I can have a team in the open world without Yelan, to be honest. She's just too good not to be there. But still, I think now this is my best team in the exploration because you have everything. You have the verticality, you have horizontal movement, you have everything. You want to go up, you will use Kazuha. You want to go up, you will have Wanderer also for that. You want to go speedy, you will use Yelan. If your LAN just end, you can just go to the Wanderer, also you will go fast. You have everything in this team. Of course, the Bennett slots can be anything, but this team is just too much fun, to be honest, in the open world. You have everything you need. You can try to put Sayu there and have even more mobility, but I just don't like her that much. And there is a character that we saw that might be similar to Yelan also. So you might even have a free version of Yelan's E in the open world with free character. So we'll see that later. But for me now, I think this is the best team that I can go in the open world. But if I say the two characters that I can't go without in a team in the exploration, these are Kazuha and Yelan. I can't go without one of these two in my team because they are just so good. Yelan is so fast that especially when you are in the desert. If you are in the desert and you have this daily quest here, man, you feel like you are going on a trip. But with Yelan, yeah, you are going too fast. So when I don't play with Yelan, I can feel that I am really slow if I'm gonna be honest. And that annoys me now having her. And also Kazuha, I still think Kazuha is the best character to go up. It just have way more mobility than Wanderer because the Wanderer, it's weird, it's beneficial sometimes, but still it doesn't give way much height, and Kazuha just can give it in one go and you can do it mid-air. So I do think is still a little bit better than the Wanderer. But that's it for the exploration teams, and I want just to mention that's a team I played with. Sadly, I don't have what I really enjoyed. That is a Nilo team. I did play it when in a friend account. Team was really enjoyable, to be honest. The play style, you feel it's different. Even it is a bloom after a while you do mustang like Hyperbloom, but it's still it's different and you need to manage your health and everything. I do think that's very cool. And the Tegnari also. And but I did uh, clear that Nilo is very strong. So that's the thing that she's above all of the other characters. She's really strong for free to play. She do a lot of damage if you are facing a lot of enemies. And it was when she was very helping uh, for my friend in the abyss in Sumeru. I think we all know that we push the Hydra a little bit too much, and Nilo was also one of those teams. And of course, the second character is Taraglia with the also the national, because that team is just cracked. And I forget to mention Yai, because she benefits a lot from the draw as all of the other electro characters, but if I'm gonna not on her gameplay much, so I didn't fall for her. And that's it, my friends. uh, if you liked the video, put a like and share it with anyone you think is interested in this topic or in Genshin in general. And if you reach this segment, please subscribe to see more, and thank you a lot for watching this video.